We've not been familiar to see this season, so you know, it's going to be very similar there with Lancaster and Hoffman up front. Hopefully those two can let him have it.
As Montano playing it up, looking for Hoffman, but again, good Lord, a nice little shoulder charge knocking halts. Look to switch fields. He tries to find a hole again. The Rhinos pouncing as that pass telegraphed. Got back up his feet as Louisville fortunate there as Luban. And Louisville City getting the counter start as there's Newnham. A nice little hesitation. And again, can't quite play it to Luban. And the Brazilian yellow and green, if you will, barking up some last minute orders. And both Quinn and Lancaster faking the shot sent in and headed out of bounds. Will be a corner kick to break it up. And he plays it up, and Lancaster's there, but again, too much pace.
You can almost see
Lancaster. Lancaster's got a couple options now. He'll hold on to the ball, and he's surrounded, kind of forcing his hand. A nice attempt there, but better defense by Vasilis. Knock is there. That ball played up to Hoffman. Can't control it.
out there.
As Del Piccolo, and again another fake. As Del Piccolo takes that one, doesn't get a lot on it.
It's in the back of the net.
Oh, it was deliberate.
Yes, yes.
As now the Rhinos. Couple players down there.
So they're going to work on timing, where Omar kind of checks back into the space, then opens up space behind for Jimmy to get in behind.
Paul Nicholson took a knock during that stretch, so they had a couple guys banged up, didn't really miss a beat. Now Forbes into the midfield. Walker picks it back up. About halfway through stoppage time. Walker. Rochester able to regain
a two-forward partnership. So that's going to certainly put pressure.
McMahon taps it forward for Stevenson towards the corner. The University of Akron product working towards the 18. Good defense. Luke gives it to Bone. Right back to Luke. Sent into the box. Headed away by Rochester.
From Portillo. Set square for Portillo. Now Prince trying to drive it forward. Picked off.
Back level on the road, and that's a good finish from Bolesky, like we said, but we got ourselves a game here.
Yeah, if you're Coach Anhauser, you're a little bit upset with that, aren't you? Because it looked a little bit too on the season from that midfield position.
Including a beautiful free kick goal last week.
Yeah, check that. Dos Santos withdrawn, but withdrawn a long way, I have to be honest with you. Good header away there from the Rhinos. They'll get the ball back in the mid. Nice ball inside. Woodbine slips it into the gap, and Woodbine here plays it in square. He misses the pass. He was played in by Chang. But a poor Prince beats Valeski to the ball, and a good clearance by Prince. All the way back to the halfway line. Would seem.
Vasilis Apostolopoulos.
Here he is. Clips it forward. Dos Santos brings it down on the chest. Looping ball in at the near post. Headed away by the Rhinos. Helped on. South Carolina 1-1 the score. For those of you joining us late, both goals coming in the first half. We've already had good chances for both teams in the second half. And Woodbine's in some space. He's got a little bit of pace, Woodbine. Looking for the 1-2 perhaps. Oh, he's going to get there, is he? No. Stepping across Rochester's defender, and now Forbes has it.
Good one.
Chang plays it across. Garbanzo in with a challenge. Good headed challenge and turn though from the Rhinos striker. The Battery win it back in midfield. Guerra pings it on the ground to Ebobise. Flicks it through the middle. Oh, a touch from Garbanzo. Diving, sliding challenge. Yellow card accumulations. So he's suspended. I forgot to mention. Worked out nicely to Griffith, who's at pace. Early ball in, headed away by Rochester. Marini
picking up as well. Apostolopoulos, calm and cool off the chest.
Forbes at all for this during this game is because those guys are really pulling up the slack and working.
What a great little touch from Apostolopoulos. No intent there to play it, so we'll continue with Johnson. Brought down by Apostolopoulos. Charlotte has made 4 of their 5 substitutions. Ball into the box. Common cool. Still Bonomo. Allen. Good read there. Apostolopoulos has been strong tonight.
Yeah, he has been strong. I mean,
Bezecourt. Still Bezecourt. Apostolopoulos making a strong push for Conrad Pliwa. Getting ready to check in. Apostolopoulos gets this after the April 16th game against Colorado, breaking Kevin Hartman's record. Robles, 14 games played. There's Kleshchin, always looking up. Good interception by Apostolopoulos. Zizo.
To this potent New York Red Bull 2 attack. Etienne Jr. already a goal today. He gets the cross away. It's won by Apostolopoulos.
Judge their performance on. And for Gilavogi to keep that ball off the line, out of the goal, to maintain this 2-2 scoreline, that's a huge play at this stage of the game. Red Bulls 2.
From Metzger, and now New York can clear. Valeski finding more of the ball here in the second half than he did throughout that first half. So we now enter the final quarter phase of this.
It's not his best game. Has been a guy that the Red Bulls have looked at in MLS in some CCL situations, but this won't be one he'll look back on fondly. Bonomo starting the game with it. We'll have to see if that's the case in this match, but I think the key for the Red Bulls in large part, find a way to get Bonomo more involved. He has the fresh leg.
Different semifinals. The cross played in, it's headed away easily by Rochester at the near post. All 11 players back to defend for the Rhinos. And the Gem now a second bite at it. It comes down in the box. Away, Powder, the only player outside the box on the field. A second ball, it's headed away. Pleva now with plenty of time to try and find a teammate. He looks for it on the ground. May not have been the wide. Penalty kicks. Apostolopoulos versus Mira. Apostolopoulos with the slow walk up, and he's